Welcome in, guys. It's your girl, Coach Shine, here coming at you with another live conversation. And today we're going to be talking about you putting in the work for it. Okay? So, I know a lot of you guys are in a position where you are desiring a certain lifestyle, a certain outcome, or a certain income level, or a certain type of business that you want to create. And this is all about you really tapping into your self motivation and you being able to be disciplined enough to actually create the steps and the plan of action to actually get your desired results. Okay? So this is where we got to work for it. So welcome in, Pretty Ricky. How you feeling? So I really want us to get into the mind frame that we can have what we desire, but we also have to understand that it requires work to achieve it. We have to go through the process. We have to go through the steps that's necessary. And I often tell people, if you do the spiritual work, if you do the aspects of the work that are calling you forward to mature, to advance in your mindset, to grow and develop into a whole new way of being, then you are not cutting corners. You are not looking for shortcuts. You are creating those standards step by step, right? I often look at sometimes the processes that I go through and that I experience, and I'm like, wait a minute. This could have been straightforward. Like, I could have gotten to point A to point Z directly, right? But sometimes what realistically happens is that things will take us on a detour, meaning we will be rerouted. We will actually have to collect certain information, certain data. We have to go and collect certain experiences. We have to go collect certain relationships and dynamics and connections. And in that journey, you discover that you're collecting the tools, you're collecting the mindset, you're collecting the understanding. Even for example, like if you go to stay at different places, you would know based off the way of living, your quality of living, like, okay, when I buy a home or when I design a home, I would like to have this preference. I would like to have this in it because I like this when I experienced it. I like that when I experienced it. So the beauty of it is understanding that everything that you are doing, every step that you're taking is building upon your actual desire. And my thing is, yes, it's going to be hard sometimes. Yes, you're going to be challenged. Yes, you're going to be in a position where you're going to make choices that you didn't know you had to make, or may not even be ready to make yet. So you have to go through that process of working yourself up to make that decision, to make that choice, but doing it from a very grounded and clear place. Because I often tell people, you should not rush. You should not be in a rush to do anything. Now, if things and the decision and the clarity is there, it's easier to make decisions. When you have the resources, everything you need is already aligned, everything just works out. But if it's not yet your timing, then you have to go through the process. Because you ever feel like you're making a sandwich and you don't have all the ingredients that you want? It's the same way. You have to make sure you go to the store, go to the market, go and get whatever you need, come back home and prepare it, and make sure it works to satisfy that desire or your taste buds or your craving. So business is kind of the same way. I've realized that I have really created different strategies for each version of me, meaning at different levels of different ways of thinking, different approaches that still resulted in the same thing, connected to the same offer. It's almost like finding a more elevated or better way to do something. And we discredit our process, because I tell people all the time, I'm processing. I'm processing. I am processing. And here's the thing I realize is that I really be really in my bag, when I be like putting myself in a space where I get into my own energy, and I'm like, I gotta really connect with what's true to me. I don't want to be surrounded by everybody else's energy, everybody else's thoughts, everybody else's input, all the other noise. I gotta hear me. Okay? And I realize that comes from a place of self-care and self-love, because a lot of times when I put myself in a position where I'm just creating for myself, I'm creating space, I'm holding space, I'm doing things that I need to do to make sure I need to get to where I need to be. You know, that process, you know, people don't understand it a lot of times, but they respect it because they understand, okay, I get it. This is who you are. You have this certain way of doing things. This is your nature. This is your flow. But it also has a certain level of understanding where, okay, I can see the elevation because I too needed that space so I could grow, right? And we don't realize, like, creating space in your friendships, in your relationships, in your connections is so crucial. So crucial. Okay? Like, I don't know about you, but I don't want somebody that is so heavily needy and reliant on me in every single thing in every single way. Like, no, I want you to get the idea, I want you to get the strategy, I want you to get the play, and then I want you to go ahead and execute it. I want you to go ahead and move forward. I want you to go ahead and do what you see is possible, because you also have your own point of view. You also have what can work for you, and you should be taking that initiative, right? Like, I tell people all the time, being self-motivated, being self-driven, not waiting on a soul to accomplish your goal is going to be your saving grace. It's going to be your saving grace, because it should not stop anything if someone else hasn't done what they're supposed to do, or if someone else is not doing something that you feel they should be doing. It should not stop anything in your business and in your flow and in your desire to keep moving things forward. Right? You should still be promoting. You should still be showing up. You should still be tending to your clients. You should still be working. You should still be developing yourself. You should still be investing in yourself. You should still be actually doing the things that are within your control. Because I don't agree that because something happened, it should stop you. Sometimes I see people get so stuck and hung up on something that didn't work out, or didn't work in the way that they thought it should, or that needs more time, or whatever the case may be. I tell people all the time, you have to have the mindset to keep it moving. Every day is a new day. Every day is a new start. So what is your goals for today? What are you going to accomplish for today? Like, me putting things in place to make things easier for myself and the next person and the next person. Okay, cool. That's what I'm working at. I'm not waiting on nobody to tell me how to lead, because that's what leaders do. Leaders lead. They go first. They make moves. They go by example. And I've realized if I stop, a lot of other things and a lot of other people will be affected. So when you've gotten that lesson, you know that there are people that count on you, because you are a part of a ecosystem, because you are a part of something that requires you to fulfill your role, your contribution. And when you know what that is, and you're saying, okay, I'm just going to do it whenever, that's a problem. Right? That is a problem. So this is where we get to say, hey, something in the structure is not working. Something not doing what it needs to do. So we got to course correct. We got to hold some higher standards, hold people accountable, because at the end of the day, the show goes on. The show goes on, whether you are a believer or not. The show goes on. And I don't ever mind proving people wrong, because I know that, you know, people are going to have their own perception. I told you guys the other day, you have to be willing to be perceived by every single person. There are people that are watching you right now that has a version of you that they've created in their mind. They have a version of you that they've created for you to play or for you to have in their story. And baby, you have to be okay with that. Because I'm telling you, when you show up unapologetically, when you show up knowing who you are, when you show up clear, meaning you went through your process, you went through certain experiences that has anchored you into your position, into your role, to where you understand how to show up, what to do, and how to get through. I tell people all the time, you need to have yourself an anchor. You need to be anchored. And when you set up your anchor, your systems, your strategy, the way that you're going to be able to make sure that you have your own personal safety and security established, no matter what's going on, right? No matter what's going on, the way that you can show up, no matter what's going on, the way that you can promote your business, no matter what's going on, the way that you can actually serve your clients, no matter what's going on, you're winning. You're winning. So you willing to do the work requires you to really make those sacrifices. Make those choices and decisions from a place of clarity, from a place of where you've given enough space and time for you to gather the information you need. And this is not a place of you doubting or hesitating. This is a place of you having the solid information. I had somebody to tell me that I question everything. Perhaps. Perhaps. And if I do, perhaps. Perhaps. Right? I know what's right and I know what's wrong. And I know what feels right and what feels wrong. So that be the difference. You see what I'm saying? So even if I don't have all of the details, I can go based off what was presented to me. I can go based off what was presented to me and go and gather the insight and the information that I need. Because I believe that what's for you is going to be for you. I believe what's for you is going to literally align itself for you. I believe what is for you is going to guide you. You see what I'm saying? So if we can understand the work, and what that looks like, we've already won half the battle right there. Just being in the know, just being in the awareness. And then trusting the process. Trusting those answers, the guidance, the feelings. You know how they say those senses. Trusting what you are receiving. And then knowing that you taking care of yourself, pouring the love into you, it's always going to be a benefit to you. It's always going to help you. So I really encourage you guys to get inside of Rise to Millions. This is where we are creating our $1 million a year, $1 million mindset, building our $1 million brand, and showing up unapologetically every single day, because we are in alignment with our millions. And I also encourage you guys, for those of you who have reached out and DM me about the Deeper Than Beauty mentorship, to set up your calls, schedule your calls. I've sent you guys the link. Set up your calls so that we can go ahead and move you to the next level, to the next phase. And I also encourage you guys, when it comes to you signing up for that mentorship, to trust the process, because we are going to establish understanding throughout. And I want to be sure that everybody that connects with me and understands that they are going to be doing this, that they are ready. I'm looking to fill my books. I'm looking to schedule more clients. I'm looking to work with more people who are serious about taking their brand and their business to the next level. So guess what I'm willing to do? I'm willing to make more connections. I'm willing to talk to more people. I'm willing to put in the work. I'm willing to work for it. Because what's going to happen, guys, is that this energy is going to really transpire into we celebrating our wins. We celebrating. We're going to be continuously celebrating win after win after win after win, because I am going to keep this thing moving. I am going to keep this thing moving. Because I would rather do this than not. You understand? I would rather make connections. I would rather talk to more people. I would rather us get on a call so we can see where you at and what needs to happen so you can get to where you need to be. Preparation is key. Preparation is key. So yes, we are at another level. We are executing. We are in the process, and we are doing the work wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly. Get inside of Deeper Than Beauty. Also, guys, book and schedule your hair appointments. Also, order your luxury hair wigs and bundles. Okay? And if you have if you have any questions about any of my services or my offers, visit my website read over the page, read over the information that's available, and be sure to lock yourself into the process. Go and buy it. Go and schedule. Go and get it. Go make it happen. Get the information you need to succeed. It is all there. There is a whole academy of courses and information and programs and classes that you can sign up for right now that is going to add value. That is going to add value. So go and be great. Go and make your name known. Go and expand your brand. Go and sell your offers. Because the time is now. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys inside.